Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you.
Section 1. The Thunder That Wasn't. June 6th, 1944, 1:15 hours. Widerstands Nest 62. Omaha Beach, Normandy. The air in the concrete Tobruk pit is cold, damp, and smells of stale cigarettes and wet wool. Gefreiter, Private First Class, Franz Hettler, 352nd Infantry Division, pulls his collar tighter. He's 19 years old and he is miserable. For 2 days, a vicious storm has lashed the French coast. The English Channel is a chaotic mess of white-capped waves, invisible in the moonless, rain-swept dark. He and his squad mates in the bunker pass around a metal flask. Their lieutenant had dismissed them from full alert hours ago. No sane man would try to cross that water, the officer had laughed. Not even the Amis. Go get some rest. The tension that had kept them awake for weeks has finally dissipated. The invasion was not coming. Not tonight. Not in this weather. Hettler leans his head against the damp concrete wall, the MG-42 machine gun in front of him, its muzzle pointed uselessly into the black. All he can hear is the shriek of the wind and the pounding, angry surf. He closes his eyes. At first, it is just a vibration. A low, deep thrum, so subtle he thinks it's the blood in his own ears. It's not the sharp crack of artillery or the whump of a coastal battery. It's a new sound. A sound like the entire sky is tearing. Did you hear that? He asks his squad leader, Karl. Karl, an older veteran of the Russian front, cocks his head. Thunder, he grunts, from the storm. It doesn't stop, Hettler whispers. It's getting louder. It is. The low thrum is becoming a physical force, a deep, grinding roar that seems to come from everywhere at once. It's the sound of 1,000 giants marching in the clouds. Hettler scrambles up the concrete steps to the trench line, peering into the black, rain-filled sky. The clouds are thick, but they are lit from above. A strange, pulsating glow. And then, he sees them. The clouds rip apart, and not with lightning. A black river, miles wide, is passing over his head. It is a solid, unending stream of aircraft. Not high-altitude bombers, but low, slow, heavy-bellied planes. C-47s. Hundreds of them. Thousands. More aircraft than Hettler has seen in his entire life. They are flying low, barely 500 feet, and they are not dropping bombs. Fallschirmjäger! Someone screams down the trench line. Paratroopers. The sky behind Hettler, inland towards Caen and Carentan, erupts in a constellation of green and red signal lights. The flak cannons on the coast, surprised, finally open up. Their 20mm and 88mm shells stabbing desperately into the stream. But it's like trying to empty the ocean with a cup. For every plane that wavers or bursts into flame, 100 more follow it. And then, the second wave. Even more terrifying. Great, dark, silent shapes with no engines. Horsa and Waco gliders, cut loose from their tow planes, whistling down through the dark like enormous bats, carrying entire platoons, jeeps, and anti-tank guns. Gefreiter Hitler stands frozen, his mouth open, the rain forgotten. This is not a raid. This is not harassment. This is an occupation. The storm, the wind, the waves, it hadn't mattered. They were coming anyway. And this was only the beginning. Section 2. The Sky of Black Steel. June 6th, 1944. 3:45 hours. Widerstandsnest 62. The thrum of the C-47s has faded, replaced by a new, more terrifying sound. The sound of fighting behind them. Spandau and MG-42 fire erupts from inland, from farms and villages that were supposed to be safe. Green and white flares arc into the sky, signals from German units engaging the terror fliegers who fell from the sky. In his concrete pit, Gefreiter Franz Hitler is no longer cold. He is rigid with a dread that is colder than any ocean wind. He and his squad are now trapped between two wars. One, a chaotic, unseen battle for the bridges and crossroads behind them. The other, a black, silent, waiting ocean in front of them. "Where is the Luftwaffe?" Karl, the veteran, mutters, checking the belt on his MG-42 for the 100th time. "Where are they?" No one answers. There is no answer. There is only the static hiss of the field radio and the occasional, panicked report of paratroopers everywhere. For 2 hours they wait in this agonizing suspense. The night holds its breath. At 05:05, the horizon blinks. Not with the sun. A ripple of orange light, impossibly far out, flashes across the entire width of the channel. Hitler counts. 1, 2, 3. A sound arrives that he has never heard before. Not a boom. It is a shriek, like a dozen freight trains tearing the sky apart, coming right for his head. "Deckung! Cover!" the lieutenant screams. The world explodes. The first salvo from the battleship USS Texas hits the cliffs just west of their position. The ground doesn't just shake, it lifts. The concrete bunker screams. A 14-inch naval shell, weighing as much as a small car, slams into a casemate 200 meters away, and the entire structure vanishes. Not in fire. It simply ceases to exist. Before the dust can even settle, the shriek comes again. And again. The fleet has opened fire. Battleships, cruisers, destroyers. A steel wall of over 200 warships, all pouring high explosive shells onto the coastline. Hitler flattens himself against the bunker wall, his hands over his helmet, his teeth rattling. Concrete dust rains from the ceiling. The air is unbreathable, thick with cordite and pulverized earth. The sound is no longer sound, it is a concussion, a physical weight that threatens to crush his lungs. The bombardment is primal, elemental. It is the end of the world. And then, at 05:50, as the first sickly gray light of dawn breaks the horizon, Karl points a trembling, chalk-white hand at the sky. "Mein Gott!" Hitler crawls to the bunker's aperture. The naval shelling has not stopped. But a new sound, the sound from 0100, has returned. Not the thrum of 1,000 transports. This is the roar of an entire industrial civilization. The sky is gone. It is blocked from horizon to horizon by black steel. In the highest, coldest air, the heavies. B-17 Flying Fortresses and B-24 Liberators. Not in dozens, in thousands. They fly in perfect, arrogant, untouchable combat boxes, their contrails like white scars on the dawn. Below them, a second layer. British Lancasters and Halifaxes, great four-engined night bombers, now braving the daylight, a river of dark wings. Below them, coming in low and fast, are the medium bombers. B-26 Marauders and A-20 Havocs, their bomb bay doors gaping open, coming straight for the beaches. And swarming around them all, like angry wasps, are the fighters. P-51 Mustangs, P-47 Thunderbolts, British Spitfires. They are not in formation. They are on a hunt, diving, climbing, strafing anything and everything. It is an armada of over 11,500 aircraft. Franz Hitler, a 19-year-old soldier, watches as more planes fill the sky than Germany possesses in its entire air force. He looks for a single black cross of the Luftwaffe. There is nothing. The sky belongs to them. They can do anything they want. Karl whispers, his voice hollow with a terrible, final realization. Then, the bombs begin to fall. The ground erupts. The air rips apart. The sound of 11,000 aircraft, the roar of the naval guns, and the cataclysm of the bombs all merge into one single, deafening, apocalyptic moment. They are not being invaded. They are being deleted from the map. Section 3. The Great Betrayal. 6 o'clock hours. Widerstands Nest 62. For Gefreiter Franz Hitler, the world is reduced to two things: vibration and dust. The concrete bunker, designed to withstand a storm, is shivering like a leaf. The air is so compressed by the unending explosions that it's painful to breathe. His ears are bleeding. The high-altitude heavies, the B-17s and Liberators, are bombing blind through the overcast. Their payload, thousands of tons of high explosives, is not hitting the beach. It's falling inland, a mile behind them, tearing apart the roads, the villages, the reserve units, and any hope of reinforcement. The ground itself is rolling, like the sea they can no longer see. But the B-26 Marauders and A-20 Havocs are coming in low. Hitler risks a look through the machine gun aperture. The smoke is thick, but he sees them. A squadron of Marauders, flying at 3,000 feet, their bomb bay doors open. He sees the bombs detach. Not one or two, a carpet of them. Black rain falling from a black sky. He ducks, hands over his helmet. The beach in front of them erupts. A line of explosions walks across the sand, a giant's footsteps. Geysers of sand, water, and shrapnel fly hundreds of feet into the air. The concussion slams Hitler against the back wall. The bunker's lights go out, plunging them into a darkness filled with pulverized concrete dust and the smell of cordite. "We're blind," someone screams. Then, the Yabos, the fighter bombers. A new sound cuts through the roar, the high-pitched, tearing canvas shriek of a P-47 Thunderbolt in a power dive. "Down!" Karl bellows. Brrr, RRT. 8.50 caliber machine guns, a storm of lead, stitch across the face of their bunker. The bullets thwack and ping off the concrete, sending chips of stone flying through the aperture like shrapnel. The sound is impossibly loud, a physical assault. The P-47 pulls up, its engines screaming, and another one takes its place. Hitler is now huddled in the fetal position. This is not war. It is an execution. His MG-42, the pride of the German infantry, sits silent. What is he supposed to shoot? There are 11,000 targets. He has no targets. He is the target. In the command dugout, the lieutenant is on the field telephone, his voice cracked and shrieking. Jagdschutz! Jagdschutz! Wo ist die Luftwaffe? Fighter cover! Fighter cover! Where is the Luftwaffe? He is screaming at a dead line. All along the 50-mile front, German commanders are doing the same. They are pleading to Luftwaffe 3 for help. But Luftwaffe 3 is in chaos. Its airfields have been bombed for weeks. Its radar stations have been obliterated. Its commanders, including General Feldmarschall Sperle, are in bed, convinced the bad weather made an invasion impossible. The feeling that washes over Hitler and the men in his bunker is no longer just fear. It is a profound, cold, and sickening sense of abandonment. They had been told the Atlantic Wall was impregnable. They had been told the Luftwaffe would sweep the skies of any invader. They had been told Der Führer's secret weapons would annihilate the enemy fleet. It was all a lie. Reichsmarschall Hermann Göring had famously boasted, "If a single enemy bomber reaches the Ruhr, you can call me Meyer." Now, the entire sky over Normandy is black with them, and there is not one single black German cross to challenge them. At that very moment, far to the east over Sword Beach, just two, Focke-Wulf 190s, flown by Oberst Josef Pips Priller and his wingmen, make a single, suicidal, low-level strafing run. They are the entire German air response to the invasion. For Hitler, there is not even that. There is nothing. Only the bombs, the bullets, and the thunder of 11,000 engines. Then, at 0620, as if a switch has been thrown, the roar of the aircraft begins to pull back, moving inland to hunt for new targets. The naval bombardment lifts, shifting its fire further up the bluffs. An eerie, ringing silence descends, broken only by the crackle of fires and the groans of the wounded. Hitler and Karl, their faces white with concrete dust, looking like ghosts, slowly pick themselves up. Karl, the veteran, his voice hollow, just nods toward the sea. They're here. Hitler crawls back to the aperture. The smoke is clearing. The sea is no longer black. It is gray. And it is solid. It is a bridge of steel. 5,000 ships. And out of the mist, the first of the dark, flat-bottomed landing craft are already hitting the surf. Their ramps dropping.